got a question, Sheiky.
I want to know, are you the man or are you a fucking piece
That's how you start off a fucking show, dog, with that question
Yep.
right there.
What the fuck is up, y'all? It's another episode of the We Don't Smoke the Same show, and we are live here on Be Real TV. We do have a live audience like every Thursday. It's one of those few things that we have to juggle around here, but
oh yeah, dog.
yeah, but you know, it's like the more they keep drinking, the more louder it gets.
Is that Ross dude getting a joint up there?
There's more people here than SmackDown.
Yeah, there is. Yo, by the way, it is another fucking Thursday here, and it's myself, Sheiky Dabarino, and our special guest co-host, which comes in here a lot, is Sidedick Eddie.
Yeah, the fat fuck who don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah.
What's up? How's everybody doing?
What's up, man? You were just telling us about how you got. And by the way, before we even start, man, for all the people that like to
smoke
and keep on
smoke
all the fucking time, this show is brought to you and sponsored by Bzzzt Collective. That is Bzzzt_Collective, BZZT_Collective.
I just had one of their saladito edibles.
Yep.
I'm not sure if it was really a saladito, but it was.
It wasn't like the really prune ones. It was like the new modern saladito, like the remix
ones.
Yeah.
So people don't fucking choke to death.
Yep.
That's what I call black girl nipples, saladitos.
That's a new one right there. Be like, hey, girl, let me steal some saladitos real quick.
Still saladitos. Let me put some moisturizer on that shit.
But, yeah, man, our official sponsor of the We Don't Smoke the Same show is Bzzzt_Collective. Make sure you follow them. If you want pre-roll backwoods with some fire, if you want pre-roll joints with some fire,
Yeah.
if you want the Mexican or Latino candies with some fire, or
The
just
Mexican candies, dog, with the lead.
the Mexican candies with the lead, dog, the real ones.
Hell
And
yeah.
Yep, and the fucking flour.
Where's
like
that
we get,
Lucas at? Where's the Lucas?
Lucas.
hey, that's
the
next,
Takis.
homie. If you take the look, Buzz Collective is here at the moment, and listen to this right here. If you make the medicated Lucas, that's it, dog. It's over, dog. It's over. R.I.P. Ding, ding, ding.
Right.
But make sure you go ahead and check them out. That is at Bzzzt_Collective. That is official sponsor that We Don't Smoke the Same show. Anyways, man, you were telling us that you got pulled over, man.
Yeah, fucking stupid ass Will, dog. Shout out to my boy DJ Will Nice. That fool, man, he's like the definition of an Asian driver, bro. He's Asian. He's fucking.
That's like Ross dude.
He's got a dope cat. I like
he's
his cat.
Vietnamese, dog, but he's loyal, dog. So we keep him on the team.
What
But this fool don't give a fuck, dog. He drives like that white girl on
40-year-old virgin?
Yeah, fool, but sober. But
Damn.
sober, dog. I can imagine him drunk.
What did you tell him when he got pulled over? Did you go like,
You are another fucking son of a bitch. No.
hey, turn the soundboard
hey.
up?
I was like a parent, dog, with their kid at fucking like a parent-teacher conference. Fool, when the cop was there, I was just smiling. Oh yeah. As soon as he walked away, I go, dog, I'm gonna fuck you up, dog.
Damn, hey,
Turn your mouth down.
Speaking of that you bring this up, like, I think that I think we were the last two generations of individuals that ever had to fear that kind of shit. Like, I was horrified of my parents finding out about parent-teacher conference.
Oh, that was
like,
the worst,
now
bro.
everything's online. Like, you swear a Latino parent has a fucking email. They probably just made an email just to get the notifications, but they never check it.
Yeah. I've always had a deep voice, dog. So like when I would ditch school and I'd go to school, they would call the house. And I'd answer it. I'm like, I'll be sure to talk to him when he gets home. You know, dog.
Hey, I remember my best friend, dog. I used to have he used to ditch school, and one time I had ditched with him, and we were at his house, and his mom was like, "Oh, ¿por qué viniste temprano, Jeffrey? Oh, los dejaron salir temprano." He's like, pero las 10, like 10 de la mañana, like he was like, "Sí, no llegó el maestro, right?"
No tenemos un clase.
And they fucking call, right? And this was like, this mom picks up, and he's like, "Jeffrey, me están llamando aquí una pendejada de la escuela. Dile que no quiero hablar con ellos." Like, bro, and then he fucking picks up the phone. He's like, "You heard her?" He fucking just hangs up, bro. Like, the teachers were so mad, dog. Just
They
like,
couldn't do nothing.
they feel disrespected, but like that, he just had that parents that they didn't give a fuck, bro. I went to his house.
That's like the teacher's last option. Like, this fool is such a fuck up and doesn't listen that I got to talk to his parents. So when the parents don't want to respond to it, they're like, fuck, what do I do?
Yeah, but fools were scared of their parents before, dog. You know what I mean? I think like today, like
I wasn't scared. I was scared to go to work with my dad.
Scared to get like, okay, I'm not saying scared like, oh my God, my mom frightens me, but look,
Like
I came from a place where I got my ass whooped if I fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. I remember
Oh, you
being
can just bring it up
15.
there.
I remember being 15, dog, smoking a blunt in the apartment complex parking lot with the homies.
Yeah.
And my mom fucking me up with hangers, dog, and they didn't do nothing to me. It didn't faze me, bro, because I was already that grown.
Hell yeah, pass that motherfucker down.
Pass the Kavasi,
yeah. By the way, I'm drinking beers today, and this is the great thing when you have a bartending service here. It's Uplift Bartending, and they cater any event that you toss at them. If they're doing this, they're doing this, they can handle any event that you want. Like if you want to go ahead and get drinks with varieties to everybody, make sure you hire them. And that is at Uplift Bartending. And shout out to everybody that's tuning in. But yeah, that used to be the last resort, man. I remember I used to fear that shit because I used to fear the ass whooping my dad would give me, dog. You know what I mean? Like I feel like when I would get my ass whooped when I was younger, dog, I feel like I would be getting my ass whooped along with the problems my parents were dealing with.
Yeah, dog.
You know what I mean? Did you ever feel that way when you got your ass whooped, Sheik?
Your dad's all calling you a little high school bully name.
Or he's just calling you his boss's name, Pinche Roberto. Fucking I was like,
It's the regret of having you, bro.
Yeah.
Of birthing you. They're like, fuck, I should have never had kids.
Like the dad from American Me.
Yeah.
Remember the dad from American Me, dog? He hated him, dog, because he didn't know what sailor got her all pregnant, dog.
and they fucking walked into your room, Sheiky. Your dad was like,
You are fucking gay.
so your dad was fucking walking in there, being all fucking mad.
Go get a switch.
Another little fuck worse than Michael Jackson.
But shit, dog, I was scared more of going to work with my dad than him beating my ass.
Why? I mean,
Where'd your dad work?
Dog, he had his own tow truck business.
Oh, why?
Dog, I'm talking about like, I got a call 3 in the morning, dog, waking me up. Come on, motherfucker, you want to be bad? Here we go. Let's go to work.
Is Eddie your name? Like your full name? Like Eddie? Like, what did your parents call you?
We'll just say Eddie for now.
Like, Eddie, despiértate.
No, hell no, dog. It's
That's what you would have hoped for?
You wouldn't even get that, dog. You hear the loud-ass tow truck start.
Si no estás aquí.
No, and you pretend to be asleep, fool, or else you get a cup of water thrown in your face, dog. My dad's old school. He didn't give a fuck, fool.
Hey, dude, I had, you know how Felipe talks about where his brother got his ass beat for the jacket?
Yeah.
My best friend had that dad, fool. Like his dad would, like, pretty much his dad, like, walked in, right? He told me this story where, like, he was watching TV, and this motherfucker had it on 2. You know when you have 2 bars?
Yeah.
Like, so his dad, prior to that, yeah, like his dad prior to that had fucking told him, bájale la tele, you know, because he's watching TV, right, at night. He's like,
Before to put the subtitles on.
He's like, no te quiero decir otra vez. This fool turned it down to 2, dog. You know, at 2, you can hardly hear, dude. Like, he was close to the TV, like, watching it, right? Fool, his fucking dad kicks the door with a fucking, I think it was a fucking, it was a jacket with the hanger. Like, with the hanger. He was like, te dije que bajaras. Like, I was fucking tripping. I was like, damn, fool. Like, oh.
That fool beat him like Uncle Elroy did Day.
Fool, he fucking straight out was his hand in with the jacket. I was like, damn, fool, your dad had a bad day at work, dog.
Oh, yeah, he was mad, fool. He was mad. He just found out that the old lady got caught cheating or something, dog.
I don't think that, like, you know, like the new generation isn't going to get that kind of, like, childhood or upbringing. Like, that's the shit that I think kept me and motherfuckers like Sheiky out of jail. Like, you know, fucking getting our ass whooped fucking kind of helped in a sense,
definitely
but
does. It
fucked you up, and it's just like, look, I drink like a motherfucker, but I know what risk not to take. But I remember the first time I got caught drinking, bro, I got my ass whooped in front of my best friend, dog. Like, I remember, like, straight up,
in front of him, dog, huh?
Yeah, like I was like, yo, fool, if you just crash over here, dog, they won't suspect a thing. Nah,
yeah,
dog.
They won't trip on me if you're here, dog.
Yeah, they won't trip on me if you're here, G. It'd be cool. That didn't work out that well, dog. I didn't know that my breath was a problem.
Hell no, my dad was dick. If I was bad, dog, like, he'll take my homeboy to the car show with him. I'd get home from football practice, fool. I see him and my dad and my homeboy, and the oldie taking off, dog. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's fucked up, dog.
Let me change real quick. I want to go.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of shit that this new generation of kids. But you think that with this new generation of fucking, you know, like people that are coming, you think there's shit that they have that become those problems? Like, you know how, like, before, like, you'd have to find a payphone to make a phone call, and now all these kids have cell phones. What's the problem they have to deal with now?
Man.
Not getting service?
Right? There's no Wi-Fi,
There's no fucking service here.
No fucking data.
I can't believe I went over my minutes. Now I can't fucking text my girlfriend.
No, I see people rage because, like, I know people that game and shit.
Yeah.
And they'll rage, like, if their connection is horrible, bro. Like I hear them rage, dog. Like, fucking mad at the world rage, screaming their ass off, all that shit, bro.
Yeah, like,
I think internet now is the new punishment towards anything towards kids. Like you take away the internet, it's over. That's life.
Oh yeah, bro.
I think you disconnect.
Take away that Wi-Fi.
Yeah, cause motherfuckers in prison got Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
they got cell phones and shit there.
Yeah,
bro.
I think like you know like as being in you know in this era, if you're a parent, because I mean I'm not a parent out there, but like if I was a parent and I were to go ahead and like be like, you know what, how am I gonna get to this motherfucker? Like it's pointless of me kicking his ass, you know. It's almost pointless. This was gonna just go ahead and learn how to take the punches and not give a fuck, you know. But if you go ahead and hit him where it hurts, like if you're a up-to-date parent and you know how to change the password on Wi-Fi and do all that shit, you can fuck with your kids, bro, really bad. Yeah,
dog.
Like
do your homework will be the new Wi-Fi name and shit.
Hey, for like I know
fucking up in school.
I know parents that have cameras that watch their kids, bro. You know what I mean, in their high-tech home, and like this was to be like you know, they'll be like, yo, check this out. I know what this motherfucker's doing, eh? Like,
hey, imagine that being a smart home kid.
But at least think about it. Like that's some shit that we didn't have to deal with. Like
Hell no,
I could have been in my house watching porn. I could have been in my house smoking a blunt. I could have been doing whatever. But my mom never had access to a camera being in the house.
I couldn't even watch porn in my day because the internet was still dial-up. So I'd be right there getting a nice size cock and everything, and then the phone would ring and cut the internet off, dog. I'm like, oh, fuck. I got to open the web page up again, all that shit.
You didn't have no fucking black box? You remember that shit?
Oh, yeah, we did. I was the king, dog. When I was a kid, I'm not going to lie, I was a little dirty motherfucker when I was like 8, 9 years old.
Yeah, you know what?
If I spent the night at the family's house full, the cable bill would be up. We didn't have cable, dog.
You know, here's I remember the thing that fucked me up, bro. When I got the black box, like the fucking, you know, the fucking illegal box or whatever.
Yeah, you got every channel.
Yeah, in the back of the control, when you got that shit, it had the list because there was only 100 channels. And I remember it, bro, channel 79 and 80, bro. It said adults only. And I waited till they left the house one day to see what the fuck was up.
Nah, what can I keep my...
Yeah,
I'm gonna stay right here today.
No, I'm gonna stay here. It's cool. Yeah, bro. And I remember staying home, and I just fucking. You're just like, oh shit, the fuck. Like this is like it's just, like
right?
kids don't go through that shit.
That's how they
more,
do
dog.
it. That's what my mom does in the room when I'm fucking asleep. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I think I seen my first porno full was I was probably like 7, dog, and I remember we rented Ace Ventura, dog, the first one, and I went to school. Next day I came home, my parents were home. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch Ace Ventura. So I thought I was in the VCR already, fool. So I pushed play and it was some fucking chick getting pounded out, dog. I was like, what the fuck? This ain't Ace Ventura, dog. That's when I knew what porn was, dog.
Yeah, but I know, man. I remember that was just the thing that set it off for me. The fact that as like channel 78, 79 was like adults only, and I remember I was like, nah, I'll stay here. It's cool, and I wanted to check it out, and I just saw some Asian chick get banged up. I was like, damn.
Right? It changes your mind, dog, your whole life and everything, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, I would get my ass beat if I got caught with porn, dog. That's how, like, old school my house was. Like, I got my ass beat for watching that old lady with the sex toys one time, dog. They fucked me up.
Which one?
What was her name? Do you remember her?
I forgot.
She was an old lady, dog. She used to always doctor something, but she'll be showing all the sex toys and everything. I got my ass beat, dog.
Dog, for me
What
to
was that
watch
called?
porn, dog. For me to watch porn.
I remember that shit.
Hey, shut the
Yeah.
fuck up.
It was that old ass lady. It was like
Yeah.
QVC.
Hey,
and
don't
she was
fucking
like,
interrupt, Sheiky.
She was
you
showing
fucking
like
asshole.
dildos and all that stuff. Like, you never saw that?
Hey, Colton, you have every right to punch this guy in the face, bro.
I'm just copying my favorite interrupter E-Zone.
Hey, fuck you, dog.
Sheiky knows this, so he'll
This
understand.
isn't called, you know, we don't coconut the same
Suck my
bitch.
dick, Ross, dude.
We don't
He'll
Guam the
understand.
same.
Yeah, we don't fucking Guam the same. We fucking tiki
But I
huts
do
and
remember
shit.
that old ass lady that was selling dildos all night.
Yeah,
like,
dog.
at
I
like
forgot
3
what
in the
channel
morning.
it was.
It was like QVC.
She taught me some shit, man. All the girls in 7th grade, they
You know,
didn't know what
you know
hit
the
'em.
shit that I used to watch, bro, that I used to stay up like and watch on public TV? I don't know if anybody remembers, and I remember the song "The Poor Man's Bikini Beach." You remember that shit,
Yeah,
bro?
dog.
Did anybody fucking watch that shit, bro? Like, I used to stay up till like 11:30, and this fool that
My
I'm
little
pretty
dick
sure,
would get all hard, dog.
he was this old dirty dude. He looked like fucking Dr. Brokeleg from like Slacktivist, but like older. He looked like that, bro. Like, but just like in a Hawaiian shirt, and he would just be in the fucking beach and just like going like. It was like if Brokeleg and Jerry, you know, with the white hair and just, you know, fucking mixed up, and he would just be in the beach talking about, hey, what's going on, man? Like, and rate this girl real quick. And just have videos of her, like, dirty. Like, he'll go up to the fucking beach. And this was on public TV, bro. Like, The same channel that would show the Girls Gone Wild with Snoop Dogg for sale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember like
The first ones were dope. The Girls Gone Wild. I'm not gonna lie. Dog.
then they got all scripted. Like, man, I could tell you
dog.
paid this girl to suck your dick, dog.
Easily, bro. Oh my God, why am I in here for?
Yeah, like, what am I gonna do here with Snoop Dogg? Like, yeah, like.
Remember the porno Snoop Dogg made?
Nah, I didn't. I remember the fucking. Did you ever see that shit? Sheik? The Girls Got Wild shit. Did you ever have one of those videos?
No.
You never saw any Girls Got
Nah,
Wild?
I had this chick I was boning.
Actually, yeah, I did see one with my uncle one time. He let me
What?
fucking
Hold
borrow
on,
it.
hold
Always
on.
a dirty
whoa,
uncle
whoa,
that has them
whoa,
all.
whoa.
Yeah.
Dog, her dirty uncle had all the
Because
fucking
they was
ones,
selling at
bro.
Best Buy, and we went to Best Buy one day, and that fool bought a fucking Girls Gone Wild DVD. And I was like, let me borrow that shit, Theo. And he was like, nah, because your mom's going to see it, and then she's going to be talking shit to me. I was like, nah, let me borrow it. He's like, all right, here. And I checked it out, and I wasn't impressed.
Yeah, dog. When I see my girlfriend in it, I was like, damn, man.
Hey, you know what? The thing is that was like soft porn, but it was a mixture of raw. It gave you the girl next door experience, you know? That's the thing that's fucking like, you know, like if you look at the number one shit that gets viewed at and like porn is a shit that's like, yo, like guy fucks girl next door. And it's like, it's so unscripted. Like that's, I don't know what it is. The porno game shift. Like it shifted. So like videos like that were like groundbreaking at its time because it was like the intro. People were like, oh, these are regular girls. Regular girls do this shit.
Dog. Where does she live?
Yeah, where does she live? I gotta go to New Orleans.
Remember when fucking, who was it? Mike Epps? When he said his girlfriend called him on the porn, he goes, I don't know those bitches, they live in San Diego.
I don't know those bitches, they live in San
He goes, get all the bitches out of here right now.
That would be the worst, dog. You ever been caught by a girlfriend watching porno?
Have I caught?
Like, or maybe just right after, you're like, oh shit, thank God she didn't come in like 10 minutes earlier. I was over here like watching fucking, you know, Alexis Texas in here taking.
Nah, dog, but hey, you know what? I know this fool one time. This fool collected like every porn in the world, dog. So like, and he was like a little creepy too. But like we all knew him. He was,
like how creepy though?
Like everyone called him, like all the bitches called him like a big sister to him. Like, oh, he's like our big sister.
Yeah,
so we had a bunch
weird.
of hoes there, dog, kicking in. We were all back at like his spot because he lived by the club we worked at.
Yeah.
He worked with us too. And he pulls out like a big ass fucking U-Haul box of pornos, dog. And then he pulls out a vibrator, dog. He goes, yeah, which one of you ladies want it first? I'm like, yo, what do you do with that vibrator, son?
Damn.
Put that shit away, dog. You do that, you kick it with yourself and play with yourself with that shit, dog? Because nah, it's for girls, dog. I'm like, what do you mean, dog? Pull out your cock in that bitch.
Hey, there'd be some people that'd be into some crazy shit out there, bro. Like I remember that there was this one event where it was like a glass event in Vegas, and they had rented out the Hard Rock Hotel, and they were having every room was a booth, right, for 3 floors. You
Wow.
know, so it was like kind of like a booth. So at one of the booths, like they wanted to make space, so they lifted up the bed. And under the fucking bed and the mattress was like 5 different masks, dildos. They were like dildos. They were like from here to like where Sheik is at, bro. Like it was just like, and then this fool ended up calling the front desk and was talking about like, I don't know what the fuck is going on in this room, but I'm not paying for this motherfucking shit. They came up there and they cleaned it up with some forensic shit, like, and they fucking took the bed out, and it was crazy, bro.
Yeah, hey, shit, there's crazy shit that goes down like that, dog. This stripper invited a group of us one time. It's probably like 5 years ago, bro. She invited us to a party, fool. It was a group of us that worked with her. So we're like, fuck yeah, dog, we'll go. So it was a cool 6 homies of mine, you know, shit like that, and a couple girls that we knew. We get there, fool. It's a house, dog. All the fucking windows are tinted black, all this shit. And it's a fucking ecstasy party, dog.
What do you mean an ecstasy party? Everybody's
Everyone's
popping pills?
sitting there just popping E's left and right, bro.
Damn.
So we go in there. I don't even know what's going on. I go in the garage with the stoners smoking and shit. I'm like, fuck it, you know, this is kind of like some creepy ass weird shit, you know. There's chicks that I know there that work with me and shit. I'm like, whatever. So I see these girls at work. I kind of want to bounce. I go to the fucking door, dog. They fucking drilled the door handle off.
Damn.
So after a certain time, you're trapped there. You couldn't go nowhere, bro.
Damn, so it's mandatory you're going to have to take ecstasy?
Oh, I ended up dissing with a girl there, but dog, there's chicks getting both in the living room, the shower, the backyard, the kitchen.
Damn.
Everywhere, dog. And you couldn't leave till the sun came up.
It was just one big orgy?
Oh, yeah, it was nuts, bro. And, like, they didn't want to let you leave because, like, you know when you're on E, you're all caring about someone. Like, oh, no, like, you can drive and crash and we'll feel responsible. I'm like, bitch, I didn't do nothing. I just smoked bud.
Yeah,
that was it. You know, but we were trapped, bro. It was funny because the homie that brought a girl,
yeah,
he got all butthurt. He's like, I want to get the fuck out of here, dude, right now. Let's go. I go, dog, there's hoes everywhere. Like, let's
yeah,
kick it for a minute.
Why are you in such a rush?
And he goes, man, she's over there with some guy. And I go, dog, and she's sitting there scamming down, dog, like getting tongued down by this dude. And I look a little closer, and it's a fucking butchy lesbian.
Damn.
So I told him, fool, you better go out there and get in between that shit, dog. What
For
are you
real.
waiting for, dog? Better jump in that shit. But we were it was like Saw fucking 4, dog, but with ecstasy.
Damn, that's a bit fucking intense, man. You know, we have 2 special guests today, and one of them is here, and and I know you've talked to this guy, but this guy's a West Coast legend.
Legend.
Yep, this guy is a part of like when the West Coast had that banging gangster shit. This motherfucker was in the mix right there, and there was a majority of the fools like Eazy-E and High C were like all black fools, but there was not that many Latinos up in there. But this fool was all up in the mix, dog. And we're gonna go ahead and get in with Tony A up in the mix right after this break. So stay tuned with us. We'll be right back here on the We Don't Smoke the Same show with this interview.
BeReal.tv. BeReal.tv.
All right, we're back here on the We Don't Smoke the Same show, and I want to give a big round of applause and a big welcome to our special guest, Tony A, a West Coast legend in here with the real West Coast music. Before it got all watered down and just 2 artists repping it, Yo, man, number one, before everybody asks, Tony is not a crazy smoker like us, all right? You don't smoke at all, right?
No. Actually, I tried it when I was like 17 years old. Actually, this one girl told me, "I'll be with you if you're smoking with me."
Damn.
And I said,
That's how I tried
"Yeah, all
crack.
right." So I tried it, and I'll be honest, I had such a crazy allergic reaction that it made me throw up.
Oh, fuck.
Damn, made you throw up?
Yeah, dude. So like 2 years later, I thought maybe that was just some bad weed. I was about 19 now. Some girl told me, "Hey, I'll smoke it with you. If I'll be with you if you're smoking with me." So I was like, "Cool." Same thing happened, bro. So after that, I was like, "Okay, it's time for me to tap out."
Yeah, that shit ain't for
Damn,
you,
19
dog.
and you were like, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. And I'm 50. I'm 50 now, bro, and I still ain't like, no me dan ganas,
Yeah, fuck it. You already went this far without that shit.
Right.
Just smoking, you never tried an edible after that?
No, nothing, man. Nothing. You know what? I mean, we already got bad smog enough as it is. So that's like smoking on me.
Okay, I feel that. Man, dude, you were around, like, in case you guys don't know, you're famously known for being High C's DJ,
Right.
And then not only that, man, you were when this movement was going on, when like High C was popping, DJ Quick was starting to pop, and all these fools were hitting that West Coast. Like there was, it was a lot of black fools around, to be real.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And the one thing that you were the only Latino up in that mix, dog. Like this is like that shit to me is like damn, bro. Like how like in today's clique you have that one waifu in the black clique, everyone's just kicking it like everyone kicks in an ATL is like one super waifu is hood, but like it's not at that time it wasn't really too common, bro. Like that's legendary within itself, but you were there to see it all develop with that West Coast shit, man.
You're right. It's funny, man, because some things I want to clear up. Every time I get introduced, people always say, "Oh, that was High C's DJ," but before that, I was doing mixtapes back in the '80s. I found High C selling clothes at the Roadium Swapmeet, so I asked him, would he be down to rap on these mixtapes? So after 3 years, we got a record deal. I produced pretty much the entire record with Quick producing 2 of the songs on that album, and I would get a sound check. I would be pretty much his road manager. So I like to tell people that I just wasn't his DJ or his producer, but High C pretty much rapped for me.
Hell yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna give you got this is
Real
the thing,
fucking
man.
talk. Facts.
You gotta go ahead and give props to stuff like that because there's always like when there's a DJ will always tell you the story, a different story than the artist. You know what I mean? But because it comes from 2 different sides. But I'm glad you cleared that up because you know what you did. You know what I mean? Like you're like, yo, and how long before you met High C were you doing mixtapes?
I was doing mixtapes. Well, obviously, I'll go back to junior high school when I was first doing pause button mixtapes. I know this generation probably doesn't know what pause button mixtapes.
Yeah, explain it to our millennials.
Well, actually, we just had one regular turntable and hooked up to a cassette deck, and at the end of the song, we just press pause on the beat, get the next song ready from a different record, and unpause it and record it. And after you play it back, there goes your pause button mix. So I was doing that for a long time, but I first started doing the mixtapes, I want to say, in 1987 when Supersonic by JJ Fad had just first came out. And that was the first song that we did on our mixtape. It was called Base Station. And it was funny because, years later, that album actually went double platinum. And they actually rapped on my mixtape. So,
Damn, man.
Back in 1987.
That's a long time. I mean, well, I'm not saying it's like crazy a long time ago, but fuck, dude. That was like fucking 2 years before I was even born.
That's what I said, dog. I was like, dog, those are my daddy's balls.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm over here. I'm like, man, here I am interviewing you, man. I'm pretty much getting like a history legend on like the shit that that like revolves around us, man. Like
Yeah,
I
but
saw
that's
a
the
picture.
shit we grew up on, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like that's what's crazy.
Hey, I saw a picture that somebody sent to me because they knew you were gonna be a guest here. It's a picture of you, Mellow Mayonnaise, and Be Real. Like, back when Be Real didn't have the fro or anything. Like, he was wearing a Packers jersey, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
What's the deal with that story right there, man?
Okay.
Like,
I seen that. That was dope.
In 1996, I had met Mellow in the late 80s, actually at the Roadium Swapmeet. He was there with Julio G.
that was the spot. That was like Slauson for you guys,
Yeah,
huh?
yes, exactly. I've known Julio G like since we were teenagers. And in 1996, I got reacquainted back with Mellow Mayonnaise. And I was doing some beats. I was at a studio in Alhambra. And he was just there chilling with Crazy D. Most of you guys know Crazy D from NWA. Okay? Yep. And he introduced me to Mellow once again. Mellow heard the beats that I was recording. And he said, hey, man. He said, if I write to him, he said, can I have them? That's just what he said. And I said, all right. The next day, he wrote to all three of them. So he told me, hey, let's start working on an album. That album was supposed to come out in 1998, and we were going to call it 1990 Ace. Okay, that was the name of the album. So he called up B, he called up Send Dog, and they came through and all dropped a verse. So I have an entire Mellow Mayonnaise album that has never come out.
Wow.
I have a Cypress Hill song that I produced that never came out.
Are you hold on? Wow, hold on.
You still have that?
Do you still have this?
I still have it, bro. I actually have the 2-inch reel. Because back then we recorded on 2-inch reels, and I have it on that already mixed.
This is some real legendary shit right here, man.
That shit's, man.
That is like, because this is Be Real's fucking temple right here,
Right.
Like, this was over here going from studio to studio right now these days, and rock band to rap superstar, and just doing it all. And you're telling me what year is this song here?
This was in 1997.
So is that real gangster shit, huh?
Yeah, bro. It was.
Fuck!
Yeah, he wrote it right then and there, bro. I remember Mellow got a little bit intimidated because he really tore shit up, bro.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, I remember Mellow got on the mic because B Real tells me, Tony, hey, what did you think? And I said, that shit was fucking dope. Mellow gets on the mic and tells him, hey, man, you can't be coming over here and turning my shit out, man.
Oh, yeah, they were on a super wave, dog, at that time.
Yeah.
Their wave was up there, bro.
Yeah, Sheiky, that's how I feel, dog. That's why I don't record with you, bro. Fuck you, dog.
Yeah, that's why I don't record either. I just want to.
Yeah, bro. But you know what was crazy, bro, about that experience? That when B Real was about to drop vocals, I go, let me know when you're ready. And he goes, okay. And all you heard was the lighter flickering.
All you heard was this noise?
Yeah, dude. And then I'm like, okay, I'm waiting. And then it flickers again. I'm waiting about 3 minutes. He goes, I'm ready.
Damn, this was a Vito Potter since back then.
So I was like, okay, let's roll then.
Yo, by the way, Uplift Bartending, can I have one more michelada,
Shout
please?
out to Uplift Bartending.
Shout out to Uplift Bartending.
You guys are going to get me into some trouble tonight.
I like the more beers and drinks I keep having, the better chances of making questionable decisions.
Last week they were here, dog. I got fucked up. And I went to Hollywood off Sunset parties, and I did fucking karaoke at like 4 in the morning.
I saw that to the point where everybody was like, damn, I missed out. But I was tired. But I've been getting sleep this week, so it's been good. Sleep is vital.
Party time.
Yes, it is.
But going back to what you're saying, so is there, like, let's just say we set up this meeting with, because Send Dog and Be Real are, frequently here. Let's just say one of these days you bring that record and you're like, hey, guys, remember this record?
Oh, dude, I'm down.
Like, cause we have their studio right there. Like, the Sheiky and myself recording in their studio right there in that room right there. It's not a little room, but that fucking studio right there. Like, how legendary would that be, Sheiky?
That'd be fucking very legendary.
Like 19.
Epic, dog.
What is it?
97,
very,
bro.
very, very legendary.
Hey, dog, I'm on our show, dog. Like, unless it's someone I know, I'm into it and shit. When he came, bro, I was like a fucking little kid on Christmas Eve, dog. Just
absorbing
the knowledge
it up.
he dropped, bro.
It was a blessing, bro.
Crazy,
it was
dog.
a blessing. Big ups to George, Comedy George.
George Perez. That's my boy. Hold on, I don't have no.
Boy.
Hold on, what is he doing? No, he does his fucking.
I'm barely getting it's been fucking. I've known him 10 years, and I'm barely getting it. He does it crazy, dog.
Man, but so that's 1997, man. So, when did you stop making mixtapes, or are you still active with the mixtape
No,
game right now?
In 1991, I had stopped because, like I have said, you know, I was doing them since like 87. 1991, we stopped. The last one was called Bullshit, and that one featured AMG, Second to None, High C, and DJ Quick. Now, one thing about the mixtapes now, what makes them so unique was that they were only sold at one place, and this was in the city of Gardena for the Roadium Swapmeet. It was sold by
Which is still active today, by the way,
Yes.
for anybody that was wondering.
Yes, they were sold by a Japanese man who grew up in the city of Whittier, named Steviano, rest in peace. He passed away about 2 to 3 years ago now. And he only sold them. Now, these mixtapes all contained the early stuff of NWA, which was Dr. Dre freestyles, Eazy-E, Ice Cube,
Damn.
MC Ren, JJ Fad, okay, Quick.
Give me that tape
IC,
right now, I'll bump it.
Second to None, Tone Loc,
Oh my God.
Young MC. And now people say, well, why are you doing a documentary on this? Because every single one of those artists that rapped on my mixtapes back then eventually went gold or platinum. Every single artist. You know,
Facts.
I remember when I had a session with B Real. He told me that he actually lived around the corner from the Roadium and he used to go there.
Damn, B-Real lived close to the Roadium, dog?
Yeah.
Damn, fool, that I don't, like, I go to that swap meet to buy furniture that I can't get at IKEA. You know,
Right.
like IKEA doesn't have that Latino touch for me. You know, to me it's like, you know,
on your couch.
like, yeah, I need that couch that like my mom would buy, dog.
Plastic on it still.
So the reason why I had stopped doing the mixtapes back in '91 was because out of one of those mixtapes, we actually got a record deal.
And what mixtape was that?
That was the High C. We did I'm Not Your Puppet
yeah.
on one of those mixtapes first. And then we followed it up on the next mixtape called Scandalous, where we did a song called Sitting in the Park. And I'll be honest with you, we were just screwing around when we did those songs, bro. You know, but somebody in the Disney office really enjoyed it, and they
Disney?
came look. Yeah, Disney signed us.
Disney, like Mickey Mouse?
Like Mickey Mouse, bro.
Oh, hey, I'm
Yeah.
gonna sign you guys to a record deal.
Just like that, bro. You know,
Sign here.
dude, it's funny because we go to the Burbank offices, bro, and everything's Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, everything. Bro.
Even the fucking pen you signed in, huh?
yeah.
Like-
Well, our checks had Mickey Mouse on it, bro.
Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. Are you serious, dog?
Dude, I still have copies of everything, bro.
That's crazy, yo.
Man, dude, that is fucking historic right there. I don't even think, look, to put it to you guys in perspective, if you're listening to this right now, I don't think there's, like, as the Vince McMahon song would say, there's no chance they would ever take on any new artist this fucking day, especially the way Disney is nowadays.
Oh,
that
yeah,
is
dog.
unfucking heard of. I got to give a round of applause because
Well, they got Demi Lovato, and that bitch did heroin, dog.
Hell yeah.
I'm getting fucking schooled here, dog. Like, this shit gave me hope. I was like, Disney took a fucking chance with High C, Treetop Pyru's fucking
Yeah.
High C.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, that is some real historic shit, man.
And he didn't burn one spoon, dog.
And he didn't burn one.
Yeah. You know, the dope thing about working with that label, man, is because they actually gave us even opportunities to actually try out in movies. Like we tried out for Sister Act and Sister Act Part 2, and then we tried out for Encino
That's one
Man.
of my favorites, dude. Sister Act Part 2.
Oh, yeah, those are like, that's childhood right there talking. It's
Yeah,
Sister
bro,
Act
so-
and Encino
That's the only
Man.
reason I like Whoopi Goldberg, dog. Like, I
That's
swear
the
to
only
God.
thing I know her in. That's it.
Ghost, don't forget Ghost.
Oh, yeah, she was the fortune teller, huh?
Right.
But Sister Act, that was like her breakout role, dog.
Right,
What
that was
into.
dope.
And then
Yeah.
you did Encino Man.
Yeah,
Encino
Encino
Man.
Man.
bro?
We got to hang out with Pauly Shore and Brandon Fraser out in Florida.
Damn, Pauly Shore?
Yeah, we performed out there. So that was like the dope thing about being with Disney, that they give us so much, like, if you will,
Exposure.
Yes, so much exposure. But it was funny because I didn't know who in the hell Michael Eisner is. I don't know if you guys know who Michael Eisner is.
Yeah.
One of the
I
richest.
only know because of a Family Guy episode.
Right.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to say the same thing, dude.
This guy read our lyrics one time, and he said, I have a problem with your lyrics. We had a song called 2 at a Time. We were talking about a threesome.
Yeah.
And he said, I have a problem with your lyrics. And I said, well, what's the problem? And he said, well, when I read this, yeah, he said, when I read this, I'm imagining a porn. He goes, this can't come out with, we're Mickey Mouse, So I said, well, what do we do? And this fool straight went like this. I'm going to give you guys $80,000 and any trip you guys want in the world to change these lyrics.
Fuck yeah.
Hold
dog.
on.
Shit.
Hold on.
We'll change every
Hold on.
sex
This
position
motherfucker
to
told
Mickey
you,
Mouse.
I'll give you 8. What year was this?
This was 1991.
1991. He said, "I'll give you $80,000 in a trip to anywhere in the world to
Anywhere in
not
the world you
release
want.
this."
In inflation, that's like about 300,000 this time.
What did you think? Like, if somebody would have told me that, I'd be like, "Hey, dude, you can't rap about weed no more." I'll be like,
fucking rap like Will Smith, dog.
I'll be like, "Let's get jiggy with it."
Yeah, dog. We're going to Miami.
Man in Black, dude, coming out.
Just the two
Man
of
in
us.
Brown, eh?
Now, you know what the funny part about that, bro? Because they asked High C. He asked him, where do you want to go? And I'm not going to lie to you where he
You better
said,
not
bro.
say Mexico, fool.
No. He said, I always wanted to go to Oakland.
Oh my God!
What the fuck?
Anywhere you wanted to go, dog.
Wow, dude.
He's like, Miami makes some good food up there, dog. I haven't seen her in a minute. Trying to go
Look,
up there.
and this is not to diss Oakland at all, okay? But I've been
You
there.
can drive up there.
I fucking been to Oakland, dog, and let me tell you, their police fucking enforcement doesn't get paid enough to give a shit. So let me know you're in a city where anything fucking goes out of all places.
Yes.
How did you feel about that? Were you mad?
What that guy interrupted him. He said, dude, I could drive you there. He said, where do you want to go? So I'll be honest with you, I was thinking somewhere like Australia,
Paris.
Egypt, Africa, somewhere where I probably would never go back,
Yeah.
you know? So he said, if you guys can't make up your mind in a week, he said, I'm going to send you guys somewhere. So he gave us a $40,000 check each, and he sent us a 10-day trip to Hawaii.
Yeah,
You know,
I'll take
it was
that. I'll
dope.
take that.
Waikiki is like Hollywood Boulevard on the beach.
Yeah.
But it
What
was
year
worth
was
it.
this, though?
1991.
Damn,
A lot of drunk pussy
1991.
at the resort, dog.
Yeah, so
I like going to
Getting
resorts
some
in Hawaii,
Pakalolo
dog.
out there. How was that trip, though, man? Because, these offers... Sheiky, do you think that anybody in the record, like, do you think these offers get put up on the table anymore? Because I don't even think they even look at artists that age no more.
Fuck no, bro.
No,
Nobody's
we don't.
getting record deals anymore like that.
no.
They're signing their life away, dog, and living check to check like us.
They're signing these kids that don't have any idea how to make responsible decisions so they can bail them out later for their reckless decisions now.
Exactly, bro. So we were out there for 10 days. I tried surfing. As a matter of fact, in Waikiki, I only met one Hawaiian guy because there was all white people and Japanese.
Say mahalo.
You know, but
There's
it was,
Samoans out there.
yeah, exactly. I tried surfing. We went around the whole damn island in one day, bro. So after a while, it got kind of boring, but we had to space out our fun. But it was dope, man. It was dope. It was an awesome experience.
Yeah, if he was gonna go somewhere close like that, Oakland, I would have said Vegas, dog. I'd have been like Vegas and give me the fattest suite there.
Right.
8 hookers, a pound of cocaine, and fucking take my phone away from me.
At that point, you didn't even have a phone, bro. Those were the simpler days, bro.
Yeah.
Where like you could like tell somebody, you'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna be busy. You know, I'm an artist. I'll call you when I get the chance. You be getting your dick sucked for like 4 hours, and you call back like, yo, I'm good now. I just got here. What's good?
right. At that time, you could lie to your lady like, nah, I was at home all day, babe. Like, no one could take a picture of you being out like that.
Right.
Yeah, nobody had that shit. They had to develop it. You're like, what? That was not me. The fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
You're tripping. Man, dude, that's fucking crazy, man. So you stopped doing the mixtapes,
Started recording.
started recording, like what, like when, like, are you still active with the music now at all? Like,
I'm filming now, bro. Honestly, I like to say that I do about 80% filming, / editing with my boy John Elkins, J.E. Visuals, and my boy DG Media Clips, DG. And I like filming a whole lot better, bro. Filming is like my newfound love, bro. I truly, truly love filming because I've always had a vision for things that I want to see. I've always said that music is like 3-dimensional. You know, you hear it, you feel it, and
It's
you
an
see
experience.
it. Yes, you see it. And
paint
as
the
a
picture in your
producer,
head.
yes, with this documentary, the Roadium mixtape documentary that I'm doing, you're actually going to be able to see a visual mixtape. A visual mixtape, bro. That's why we're taking our time. Dude, it's funny because this is the documentary that we set out to do maybe only for about an hour, and it turned out to be almost close to 3 hours long.
now, are you doing visuals for the mixtape you did before? Like all the stuff you
Yes,
did before?
you'll be able to hear the majority of all of our mixtapes on the documentary. So we do little skits in between interviews. So it's just not just all interviews. We got 20 people we interviewed. A lot of people, you know. And I believe me, I've been trying to get B-Real for the longest time, but it's just hard, you know, because we've had Lonzo.
Nah, bro, trust, it's not hard. That's what you ended up here for a reason. Like me, Sheiky and myself are like his sons that he doesn't like to claim, you know. So like we pretty much see this fool every day. We're gonna make that happen, and I'm really gonna go over the top to try to make this happen because I want to hear that fucking song, bro.
Fuck
like
yeah, dog.
I want to fucking hear that song in the studio. And be like, you know what? Before you play it, just lock the door, so nobody comes in.
Oh, you're gonna like it, man, because it's some real hype shit,
leave
bro.
your phone outside. Don't record it.
Yeah, like everybody put your phone in the fridge. Like
the Derek Jeter rule, dog.
yeah,
Put
like
the phone over there by the door in the glass bowl.
It's really dope, bro. I know you guys will enjoy it, bro. It's real old school.
When you came to my show, you said a story about some cat from New York that found you on MySpace, dog.
Oh, yeah. DJ Toro. DJ Toro hosts the show for 50 Cent in New York, downtown Times Square. I was just out of New York about a month and a half ago, and I went to go chill with him. He's a cat from Harlem. I was on MySpace, I want to say 2005, 2006. Some guy hits me up on there, and he tells me, hey, are you Tony A. the Wizard? And I said, yeah. And he says, the guy who does the mixtapes. And I said, yeah. And he goes, I thought you were black. And I said, no, I've been Mexican since I've been born, bro. You know, so he tells me, hey, man, can I talk to you? And I said, yeah. So I shot him my number. And he calls me. He goes, I want to meet you. He said, there's only been 2 people that I've ever wanted to meet since I became a DJ. One of them was Oprah Winfrey, and one of them was you. And I was kind of flattered, but at the same time, like, who the hell is this guy, you know?
You put me up there with Oprah, dog?
Yeah. So he says, I'm going to be DJing for Raekwon at the House of Blues in Hollywood. Yeah, he said, I want you to come down and meet us. I said, all right. So a week later, he flies in, and he goes, hey, I'm here, come. So I went. I didn't believe him, and there he was, bro. And I met him, and he told Raekwon right in front of me, he goes, hey, man, this is the guy, the reason why I'm DJing, because of him and DJ Red Alert. You know, DJ Red Alert's a legend in New York.
Yeah. If you don't know Red Alert, smack yourself in the
head. So I asked him, so how did you hear about me? And he said,
smack yourself,
in 1989, he said, 1989, I went to California, and I heard a tape called 80 Boom and Bass. This was a mixtape that I did in 1988. It featured Easy, it featured Ice Cube, Tone Loc, and JJ Fad, all rapping freestyles on it. And he said, ever since I heard that mixtape, I wanted to become a DJ, because during that time I was just doing BMX, bike riding tricks. He said, so I've always wanted to meet you, but I didn't know who you were. He said, I went back to New York, and I told those cats, these are the type of mixtapes that we need to be doing. Look at what they're doing out there in Cali.
Yeah, evolving that shit.
Yeah, damn, fool. This is like, you're pretty much you're telling the story about how, like, pretty much the mixtape game blew up and got owned up by New York fools. And, like, even though like, fools from New York like to say that, oh, this hip-hop shit started here, this is and that.
We'll still be doing that, dog.
Like, this real shit right here, he just told us, it's like, yo, the reason they got the schematics and the outline to this mixtape shit is because this guy right here.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to give a round of applause for that, man. That's some real historic shit, dog. Next time I hear some motherfucker like Tommy come in here and talk about New York, it's all hip-hop, I'll be like, hey, chill the fuck out, eh?
Right, we've had one of the creators.
Nah, man.
Like, you guys wouldn't know what the fuck mixtapes were if it wasn't for the West Coast, dog.
Yeah, bro. So I went down to the 50 Cent building, and there he shot my interview. We did an interview, and he wants me to come back. I'm going back in December. We're going to do another interview to promote the documentary. But he gave me the whole tour. Took me to the Bronx, took me to Harlem, took me literally where hip-hop started in I want to say 77.
Damn.
Correct. Yeah, it took me back to where hip-hop started with Kool Herc. Yeah, where rap was invented, the break beats, etc. And it was quite an experience, man. So, you know what? It was dope to meet somebody on the other side, you know, that I inspired, bro.
Yeah.
So, you know, and he gave it up. He was honest, you know. And to me, you know, I was humbled enough just to hang out with him because he was telling me, he could tell everybody, hey, man, it's because of him. It's because of him. And I'm like, damn, I didn't know this Mexican kid was going to inspire somebody from the East Coast, but it happened, bro.
Yeah, you didn't think about it when, as soon as you fucking told that fool, you're like, hey, fool. He's like, I thought you were black. And you responded back. All you heard was, I was like, yo, you got that shit fucked up, eh?
That's exactly what happened, bro.
Talent comes in every color, baby.
This is some real historic shit, man. Like, you know, it's because as aspiring artists like Sheiky Dabarino and myself, like, because we're fortunate enough to have a mentor like, you know, like Be Real, that's been around the culture.
Yes.
You know, like when the shit was real and it's not so saturated the way it is. Because there's some things about the way the culture is now that I love, you know, because, you know, you got to adapt to it. But then there's certain shit about the culture that people that really are about it feel is very disrespectful. Like Sheiky Dabarino, you know, like there's a lot of shit in. What do you think about the way the state the music game is now? Do you think there's anything real about it, or do you think it's just a bunch of shit?
You're probably asking the wrong guy, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. See, I grew up in an era, the same era that Be Real, you know, grew up in, where we had the Public Enemies, we had the KRS-Ones, we had the Eric B's, we had the Bismarckies, the Run DMCs.
That's some competition, dog.
You know, and that was like our hip hop. Today, when I just hear a guy saying Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang,
Everyone hates that motherfucker.
I wouldn't mind it, bro, if they didn't call it hip hop.
He's like a disgrace to rap, like that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, bro.
Yeah, bro. So that's the problem that I have, But I would never discourage anyone, bro, from following their dream or wanting to be a rapper or a producer or a DJ, etc.
Because there's a difference between a rapper and a recording artist. You know what I mean?
Lyricist.
You're absolutely
Like there's don't get me wrong, I consider people, I feel at one point, people like Kanye West, I feel at one point you were a rapper in your career, but now you're just a recording artist with all this fruity shit you're doing with all your career, all this questionable shit. So I really think that people really have their titles kind of fucked up in a sense, but the major media wants to, the media in general wants to fucking feed it to you the way they feed it to you. So everybody in these days is growing up thinking that that's hip hop, but there's people that we know how to differentiate. I don't consider that oh my God, this is where the game is at right now, because I would never put a rapper like that under the people that are they pave the way for it. You know what I mean? So I do understand where you're coming from, but do you think there's anybody in the game now that you could consider that really lives it for the culture? I mean, coming from an era where the shit was being developed. You know what I mean? You coming from? Do you think there's anybody out there that you're like, oh, you know what? You got my respect, dog.
You know what? My son, he listens to a lot of rap. He don't listen to beats. To me, I listen to beat first, and if it catches me, then I'll listen to the lyrics. My son listens to lyrics. He could care less about the beats, but he showed me when Kendrick Lamar first came out.
Yeah.
He showed me him, and I thought he was pretty good. He showed me J. Cole. And I thought it was pretty good. So there was a lot of rappers that he introduced me to. But today, I'll be honest with you, man. If you would have asked me what's in your car right now, I'll say EPMD.
Yeah.
Damn.
On my phone.
Business.
Hey, let me tell you, you're probably playing the same fucking stuff that fucking Sheiky's playing in his car. And I'm not going to lie, because sometimes I have to Google the motherfuckers that he posts up. It's like, yo, I'm listening to this. Because anybody that I'm listening to, sometimes, don't get me wrong, I got my selection of motherfuckers that that paved the way to, that I listen to. But sometimes the motherfuckers that he listens to, and because he's really more in tune with the way the shit really was created, that real raw hip hop shit, I gotta Google some motherfuckers that he tags sometimes. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this, eh?
Yeah, well, that's like my son would tell me about, what's that guy named? NBA Young Boy or NBA?
Oh, NBA Young Boy?
Yeah, I mean, so
I'll be the one to answer that one, Sheiky.
That's his own question.
Yeah, he would tell me about some of these rappers, but I just thought there was just so many for me to concentrate on one good one. So my son even asked me, Dad, what's on your phone? And I'll be honest, one of my favorite albums ever from Cypress Hill is still the very first one.
Well, Black Sunday or the one before?
No, the very first
one.
Yeah.
Big Sunday?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is my very first. Actually, they were almost about to be signed to our record label, bro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were almost about to be. I remember when B-Roll actually gave me an autograph copy, and I asked them to sign it, a glossy, the very first glossy that they ever had out, and I kept that shit, man. So
you still have that shit?
Yeah, I still have it, bro. I keep everything, bro.
We're gonna set up this meeting here. We're gonna document it, because I feel like today has been I've learned so much, at least about West Coast hip hop, because when you can Google West Coast hip hop all you want and get an idea or a perception of what you think the thing is, but when you listen to it and you get to be around motherfuckers that were there, that's the reason the stories that get told around here by the OGs like B, Sen, and people that, friends are around from that era, or, when Snoop has come up in here, all this shit they talk about is just, you don't really get the insight to the way this shit was developed out here in the West Coast. There's too many, the music is so fast paced nowadays that they don't have time, they don't have time for people to give a shit about it these days, in a sense,
You're right.
I mean, the real people who love the culture will always give a shit about it, and we'll be there. You're still bumping the time that, you're bumping stuff that you grew up listening to, because that's how timeless music is.
Oh, we just bought the Chronic fucking for the 1,000th time the other day, dog. Again,
Yeah.
at the CD store, dog. You know what I'm saying? It never gets old.
Let me share something along with what you were saying about artists today. Is there anybody out there that I really, really dig? Is that I came from an era, and I was one of the few unfortunate, especially Latinos, a Mexican kid, that in the studio audio achievements in the city of Torrance, I was there when Jure was working with JJ Fad, Eazy-E, the NWA project, Above the Law, the DOC, and he did all in the same gang. So Many times I was there because that was kind of close to my house. It was in the city of Torrance. You know, so I came from that whole era where I got to see dudes, scribbling, okay, I'm ready. And they were kicking some real dope shit. So I got to see dudes work. So today, when I see dudes just clowning around on the mic and they're
Going
making,
like this?
and they're making all this money, I'm thinking, damn,
Crazy,
Doesn't that
bro.
shit piss you off when you see a fool? The fool that made Gucci Gang spend $250,000 on a fucking chain, and he's out there just complaining because he can't do drugs because he has to be on parole.
Absolutely.
Hey,
I feel that anger, dog.
What
Like,
makes you mad more, the people that make it or the people that buy it?
Probably both. but you know what, bro? The thing is that we live in a generation where you can't tell the truth anymore because that's considered hate to these younger people.
Yeah.
You're just being honest. Oh, you're a hater.
Now they call it slut shaming now. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
Like all that shit. They do hoe walks. Like it's different now from back in the day, bro.
It really is.
It's crazy.
It really is. But like I said, I don't down anybody, bro.
We went from we don't love them hoes to I love these hoes.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The game's unchanged.
I saw a meme that said you can call a girl a hoe today and she'll say so.
Yeah, dog.
It's like it's in.
Oh, the fucking C word's still banned though.
Yeah.
They still hate that one.
But like I said, man, I have had in my career an amazing time seeing what I saw. Like, there's only a few groups, and me being around these guys that I could say that I saw perform that gave me the actual goosebumps, bro. Okay, the first one I'm gonna mention that I saw live, and he didn't even have to rap, bro, because the whole audience knew his songs was KRS-One. We're talking about. I saw him rap in the 80s.
what year?
I want to say 87.
Okay. And that's like young KRS.
I gotta say, KRS-One is probably like the best live show you could see for hip hop.
Absolutely. The second one, not too many people could say they were there. I saw NWA all together perform at the Anaheim Celebrity Theater. Okay, and I'll tell you what, 88. And I'll tell you what, man, that right there, I had goosebumps the whole damn night, bro.
Tripping,
I mean, because that was the beginning, if you will, of the genre that they call gangster rap. And to see Dre, Easy, Yella, Cube, and Ren all doing dance routines and the crowd going insane. Yeah. The third group that I would say that, and I'm not just saying it because I'm here, bro, was Cypress Hill, bro. I performed with them.
Everyone's smoking in that motherfucker.
Yes, it was the very first album, okay? And I remember they did it's the funky Cypress Hill shit. I'm trying to remember the name of that song. But they went up there off the first album. We performed in Atlanta. We opened up for them. We got off stage. The crowd was ready. There was weed in the fucking air, homie. As soon as that beat kicked in, the whole crowd was jumping in freaking waves, bro.
Yeah, that was
insane,
the jump
bro.
era.
They're going insane in the brain.
Insane, bro. And then How I Could Just Kill a Man came in at the last song.
Yeah, dog.
It was over, bro.
Jam.
It was over. But those three groups, I would say, are the ones that probably I dug the most, man. KRS-One, NWA, Cypress Hill, bro.
Man, that's quite a lineup right there, Sheik. Is that like your dream team? You know how fools have fantasy leagues?
Dream concert right there.
I mean, people argue it, but KRS-One is my favorite MC of all time. So
yeah, I would say mine as well.
I have not seen him on like live. Like I think
bro.
I think the closest I've ever gotten is MC Natural.
That was his dog.
MC Super Nat.
Back in the day, dog. Like whoever got when you battled, whoever got the crowd more hype won the battle. And he was the king of that shit.
You know, do you know MC Nat? MC Super Nat? Have you ever heard of him?
No.
I feel that because you being from that era, like I feel that, and you being a big fan of KRS-One, I feel that you got to give this guy a try because this guy. Wouldn't you agree, Sheik?
Yeah,
this motherfucker is as raw as it gets with living to the definition of what hip hop and the MC is about. Like, cause like he's just a beast, bro. Like
the first time I seen him was at Rock the Bells, dog, and he was the host. And between every fucking set, dog, he was just murdering it, dog. And he was pretty bad.
Like him in the room, I would never say like, "Oh, I'm a rapper too." I would just shut up. Like I would just be like, "Yeah, dog, you do your shit, dog."
He's a lyricist.
Like I would just be like, "You're gonna embarrass me, dog."
You know, it's funny because KRS-One just did a free show. I don't know if you guys went to it.
Oh no,
yeah, it was for the was it Delicious Vinyl, right?
The Delicious Vinyl Block Party. He went out there and tore it up too, man. It was a dope show, man.
It's still killing, man. That shit will never go away, bro.
I was gonna ask you what's next for you, man? Like you've done so much. I mean, You're like one of those fools. I think like anybody who was like a part of that like development of the era, they don't age like the way it is. Well, you know how like fools like Be Real and this fool look like he's like, yeah, I'm 50 and shit. These fools look like they're 30 and shit,
Yeah, I
dog.
look like shit
You know what I
compared to
mean?
them.
Like it's like they just been through some shit. They're like, yeah, we're just not gonna age that great, dog. Like we're not gonna age that quick. But what's next for you, dog? I feel like you've done like a lot of historic shit. Like I mean, you're doing film, but like,
Yes.
what's up your sleeve, dog? Because like. You must, I mean, not that you have to like set the bar or anything because you already set the bar in so many ways, but like you're doing film, like I imagine you're gonna try to do something that like is gonna go beyond that. Like, is that the last like project you're gonna do? Like, you know?
No. Well, here's the thing, okay? We are doing this Roadium mixtape documentary, basing it on not only this man Steve, the vendor, but also on those mixtapes itself that a lot of people may not have heard that have freestyles from all these gold and platinum artists. Now, when people think of the West Coast history, the majority of the time, here's what they think. Death Row, Wrecking Crew, and NWA. That's pretty much where it stops. But this is just going to add to it that 20 years down the line, people are going to say, yeah, we can talk about NWA, Death Row, we can talk about the Wrecking Crew, but what all started here at the Swamp Meet, where these guys, before they had a record deals, were rapping on these mixtapes. And it just wasn't one or two or three. There's like 60 of them out there with all these raps and freestyles. So it's just, like I said, it's just not one mixtape. So when this documentary comes out, I truly believe that it's gonna, people are gonna consider the Roadium Swapmeet a cornerstone to West Coast hip hop.
Do you think that it's gonna
historical landmark?
Do you think that it could be like, because the way it is now, like I imagine when you were doing that, it isn't the way people picture it now. Like now, it's just like a regular swap meet, you know?
Right.
Like they have a music section and stuff that, but like section, you know, and stuff like that. But I would think that like if a documentary like this comes out, I think there would probably be more vendors that are really about that culture, and they could maybe develop like its own section there where it's like, or like, you know, like what's that one thing, that beat swap meet they have? Yeah, like that kind of shit. But like it would be like that section in like the Roadium, you know? Because
it's funny because you bring up the beat Swap Meet because the guy who helps set that up, he actually asked me, can you interview me? So we went to the Beat Swap Meet, we interviewed him, and he gave love to this guy, Steve Yano, because he said, we have pretty much formed the Beat Swap Meet out of the Roadium. What you did at the Roadium is what we're doing here. And we were inspired to start this because of you. So he actually paid homage to this guy, Steve. The Beat Swap Meet.
Fucking trendsetting.
Yeah, exactly. You know, one of the most important ladies in hip-hop, I believe, is from the West Coast, and matter of fact, Be Real knows her very, very well. Her name is Violet Brown. She's actually in that picture as well. She's a white lady. This lady right here is known by P. Diddy. She's known by 50 Cent. She's known by Eminem. All of these artists, East and West Coast, know her. Anybody that knows rap, if you mention Violet Brown, they better say, I know her, okay? This lady, Violet Brown, she saw my documentary. She loved it so much that she said, I'm going to take it to my friend who is the head of the hip-hop department at Netflix, and we're going to get it on there.
Wow,
You
fuck
know?
yeah, dog. I'll renew my subscription for that.
Yeah, and this lady right here is a very, by the Source magazine, every year she's considered one of the top 10 most important people in hip-hop because she was a rap consultant, meaning that labels will call her and tell her what's hot, or I got demos, what do you think? She'll say, trash, this one's good, or you can hook them up with this guy. She's put artists together, you know. She's the real, and she's actually interviewed in my documentary. She gave the family tree. She said, you could take guys like Kendrick Lamar, you could take guys like Game, you could take guys like 50 Cent, Eminem, trace it back down to Death Row. From Death Row, you go back down to NWA. And NWA, you can trace that back down to the Roadium Swapmeet.
Without that shit, none of
Yes.
this shit will fucking be possible.
Exactly, bro. She said, so it all started there. That's like the family tree, if you will. So that was really, really important. We have Arabian Prince, Lonzo. Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody on there, if you will, pretty much solidifying that this documentary is truth. So it's got a lot to look forward to in this documentary. After this, we're planning on doing a documentary on something that I'm not really a fan of, but I know that there's a market out there for it. And we're calling What is Chicano Rap? Not only do I want to shed
I'm glad that you're touching on that because I used to think that when I thought Chicano rap, I thought fucking fools like Mr. Capone and shit all the time, you know? Like on some real shit. I mean, all respects to him, you know, because he has his own lane, but you know, that's what fools really think of, like, you know, because I always thought that we were underrated in the game. You know, I feel, that they categorize us into one whole thing, and I'm just like, we could rap different ways, dog.
Yeah,
Right.
dog.
You're absolutely right. And that's what I want to shed light on, because the sad thing is that if you're Mexican, you're Guatemalan, or whatever the case you may be.
If you're a Latino,
right, period, and you just rap, you automatically get swept into the box of Chicano rapper.
Fucking hate that shit, man.
And it sucks because, my point is this. You got like guys like the Beat Nuts out of New York. You got Fat Joe, rest in peace, Big Pun. We never called them Puerto Rican rap.
Yeah.
But yeah, we rap, and then
You gotta live in New York, son, to be a rapper, I guess.
Yeah, you consider Chicano rap. And
Yeah.
so I want to shed light on that. After that, I told my boy John right here that I really want to work on a scary movie, man.
Oh, fuck.
I love scary movies, bro.
I'll be the killer, dog. Let me
Exactly. Sidekick killer, homie. You know what I'm saying?
I dick him down to death.
He pulls out a sword instead of a dick, stabbing him to death.
Shorty look good, so you
Yo,
got to hit it.
By the way, Uplift Bartending, can I get another michelada? Anybody wants to?
I'll take one.
Can we get 2 more micheladas up here, please?
Por favor.
Oh, you want another drink?
yeah,
A michelada too?
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna need 4 or 3, Sheik.
3.
All right, so 3 micheladas up here, please. All right, they're bringing them up here. Shout out to Uplift Bartending. Man, so you're doing a horror film, man. That is...
Yes, I really looking forward to it. So we're going to finish this. We're going to do the Chicano rap documentary. And then I would like to start on that horror film, man. That's what I really want to do.
I'm really glad that you're touching on the whole Chicano rap thing, because I feel that, like, I don't understand what people, at least people, people in suits that run they call the shots, per se. I don't really know what the fuck they picture. Like, they think everybody's gonna rap like Kid Frost and like sound, or we have a guitar, we're gonna rap and like sound like fucking
come on,
Cheech
dude,
and
this
Kid
is for
Frost
the
combined.
Raza
Like,
for
hey,
me.
dude, like I don't have to fucking rap like that, dude. Like, and I'm glad, man. Like, and I think films like this, and I think as Latinos, if you're out there and you love hip hop within itself, because we've been in it since like,
Since the beginning.
Yeah, since the fucking
Be
beginning,
different.
like. I
That's
think
it.
we deserve our fucking shine in this shit. It's like, because a lot of Puerto Rican fools, they be thinking they're black. Like the other day, I did this shit like with Sendog, and the #1 comment on the fucking High Hungry was like, I always thought Sendog was black, and I was just like, dude, like he's fucking Cuban, dog. Like even Ice Cube knew that shit, dog.
Right.
Yeah. But that shit is that's crazy, man. And I congratulate you on everything that you've done, man. Because
Thank you, bro.
you've
Still
been
working hard, brother.
You've been a long. I mean. How do you feel about this interview, Sheik? Because, like, I mean, I think you're more in touch, not necessarily in touch with the whole hip-hop culture, but, like, you live for that shit, bro. Like,
I can't wait for this fucking Roadium documentary to come out, because I've been going there since I was a fucking kid. So, and I'm a student of this hip-hop game. I've always been a student of this shit. And just sitting here and listening to you, I've just been soaking it all up. And I just want to watch that documentary, man.
Thank you, brother. You guys obviously are familiar with Mr. Cartoon.
Yeah, that's what tripped me out when you said last
fool.
time, dog.
He gave me real the most hardest pairs of Cortez ever,
Nah,
dog.
but his story about Mr. Cartoon tripped me out, bro.
Say it, dog.
Well, okay, I grew up in the city of Wilmington, okay, the harbor area. He grew up in San Pedro. He actually would sell directly in back of this guy Steve's record stand. So that's pretty much what he started, him and OG Abel. And Cartoon used to go and used to come up to me and tell me, hey, man, if I DJ, whenever you DJ, if I bomb you up a shirt, airbrushing, would you wear it? And when people ask you, can you tell them you got it from Mr. Cartoon at the Roadium? So that's what I would do. So he was pretty much almost like my sponsor.
That was the old school Instagram
dog.
shout out, huh?
Yeah.
Rodeo, bro. It was just like a holy grail of talent, man.
Damn.
So he would draw out my shirt, Tony A, the Wizard, etc. People would say, hey, where'd you get that shirt at, Mr. Cartoon? He would go buy my tapes. He gave one of the most awesomest interviews, bro, in his documentary.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
He's in it too? Wow.
he was looking forward to it. He goes, man, I was looking forward to this. To me, in my opinion, not to put anybody down, because we got Warren G, we got AMG, second to none. To me, that was the best interview, bro. He kicked some real dope stuff. He actually painted a 80s picture, bro. An 80s picture for you. So not only are you going to see pictures of him when he graduated out of Pedro High, some of his early stuff that has never, ever been seen before, where he bombed up on walls in San Pedro. I have actual pictures.
Damn, dog.
So people are going to see a different Cartoon, like pretty much his origins.
Damn.
I still have his flyer that he would hand out, come see Mr. Cartoon at the Roadium Swapmeet. I have his very first card. So I kept a lot of stuff, bro.
Yeah,
so, but
memorabilia.
I do.
I mean, damn, like it is true. Hey, for you should just like not sell any of this and just open up your own museum, dog. Like for real, open up your own West Coast music museum, dog. You have enough stuff for like people to be like, I bet if you had a record shop / museum,
Right.
man, people will come up in there all the time. You could even podcast out of that shit right there. Like,
dude, let me tell you something dope.
Podcast though, man. I think you'd be real good at your
yeah, bro. I think people need to know, like, especially like, cause me, it's a learning experience a lot for me, cause as much as I'm me and Sheiky make music, so it's like, but we're like yin and yang, but we both understand this shit at the same level, to an extent. So it's like me being like just really hearing it from somebody, because I'm more of a hands-on learner. Like to me, I don't like reading shit.
Right.
I hate that shit. Like nobody will ever try to give me some shit to read. I like to fucking hands-on. That's how I learn. So like me listening to and actually getting a chance to interview you, it's been a learning experience, man, in regards to the music game, the culture, and more specifically the West Coast, because I think like nowadays we're not represented.
No, you're absolutely right.
I don't think
my son one day asked me, because I would never do any interviews. People would ask me, and I'll be honest with you, why I never did any interviews, because you know what? I always think nobody's gonna care.
They don't care. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. And then one day I told my son a lot of these stories, and he said, Dad, I think people will really find this interesting. So I remember I did one of my first interviews, and the guy asked me to come back. After that, kind of got the hang of it a couple of years back. So I've been doing them ever since, But now I like doing them even better, because I'm pushing this part of West Coast history, rap history, man. And
when you were on our show, I had a guy from London that follows me, bro. That's a big hip hop head.
Wow.
He always posts. He has this thing where he'll post like, this album came out this year, this date. And when you were on,
you sure it's not Nails?
Nah. When you were on there, he reposted the episode because he was like, "Yo, everyone listen, because this guy's dropping real hip hop knowledge. Like, you knew who you were, bro."
Mm-hmm.
And that alone, like I said, that you do good at a podcast, man, because there's people that want that knowledge and information, and you can bring it to them, man.
Yeah, that hip hop culture in that era that you grew up on, like, is very much still alive in other places outside the U.S.
You know what, bro? If I can just give you a little bit of history. When I look back, bro, and I think, damn, I was like right then and there with everybody, because my son told me, okay, Dad, you knew Dre, you knew Easy, you knew the whole NWA crew, and then you toured with Quick, Second to None, AMG, High C. You were right ready to blow up. What happened? That's what he asked me.
Damn, before you even answer that's like a tough question just by itself. Like, what the fuck? Like, what?
You were like, "You happened, motherfucker."
Yeah. What happened to you, dog?
Dude, that's exactly what happened. Honestly, I told him like this, Mijo, I said, I went to somebody's house who I'll leave unnamed. He was a rapper, a real famous rapper, and he had an entire wall in his house in Calabasas of all pictures of his family. So as he's cooking, by the way, he's a cook. He cooks really good. He's cooking some spaghetti or whatever, and I'm looking at every picture, bro, while he's cooking, and not one of his pictures was in there. So I asked him, hey, how come you're not in there? So we spent about 30 minutes trying to find him in there with his kids. They were in London, they were in Hawaii, everywhere.
I have pictures like that too, eh?
So you know what I said at that moment, bro? I'm not going to be like this. I know I can do this whole rap thing, but I'm going to step back and raise my family, bro, because I have 5 kids. I have 3 girls, 2 boys, and I didn't want to be absent from their life. My son is 28 years old right now, bro. I coached him through football. He won 4 championships. They won 2 nationals. He got to play football in Florida and in New York and inside the Staples Center, because I was a part of his life, bro. So I made my way back.
You were a part of it.
Right.
That possibly couldn't happen if you weren't.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Who never knows? I probably could have had more kids somewhere, bro. You know?
Yeah. You would have had the same amount of pictures as Homeboy did.
Exactly, bro. But you know what? To give you a little bit of my history, Warren G just came out with his own documentary. I think it's called G Funk.
I seen that. I had to buy that shit. I was mad, but I bought it.
Mm-hmm. Well, check this out. See, what a lot of people don't know, before Warren G and those guys were going to VIP Records in the city of Long Beach, owned by Calvin Anderson, I was going there as a young teenager buying records. I ended up meeting Dr.
One-Eyed Mike?
Right, bro, One-Eyed Mike? Oh, yeah. They used to call him Mixmaster Mike.
Yeah, that's one of my dad's best friends.
Oh, wow, yeah. It was funny because when I was going over there, I got to meet the owner, Calvin, as a teenager, and Jure actually introduced me to his cousin, which is Sir Jinx, the producer of Ice Cube, okay? The very first record that I ever did scratching on was for Sir Jinx and a rapper named Dazzy D. Jinx produced it. He did it on the old SP1200. We recorded at a studio in Echo Sound. I did scratching. Dazzy D did the rapping. And the label was a record label called Thin Line Records. And this Thin Line Records belonged to VIP Records, the owner, Calvin Anderson. This was the very first record that ever came out of VIP Records. So I actually have history at VIP. And this is even before Snoop and Warren and all those guys. Not to take anything away from them, but I have history there as well.
Yeah, no, that spot was around before they even started doing their thing.
Yeah, 1987, that song came out.
Right there, dog. I remember that shit.
So Google that.
I'm gonna have to Google that, dog, because some of this stuff has been beyond my time. Like before my fucking time, like shit was going on and cracking before like we weren't even born, Sheiky. Yep.
But you know what, man? I'm gonna tell you what made those times different for a producer, okay? For a producer, like people would ask me, what makes a producer different today than from yesterday? From back in the day, they could ask me the rapping question, what makes it different today than back then? But for a producer, was this: at that time we only had one drum machine, and that was the SP1200. As a matter of fact, Muggs used that to produce Cypress' first album, was the SP1200, okay? And back then you only had 10 seconds of sampling time. The guy who taught me how to use the drum machine was actually Dr. Dre, and then eventually...
Damn,
dog.
Fuck, dog. I gotta applaud that, dog.
Dr. Dre taught you how to use the drum machine, dog.
You know who taught me how to roll a joint? Be Real, dog. That's
equivalent.
Then Sir Jinx taught me some, and then Quick taught me, okay? But back then, keep in mind, you had 10 seconds of sampling time. Each pad was 2.5 seconds. When Dre showed me how to use that, he said, you only got 10 seconds, so you're going to have to get creative and know how to utilize your time. He said, but with less, you're going to have more. And I never understood that. I never understood it. Like, if you listen to songs like How I Could Just Kill a Man, that sample was taken off the Ultimate Breaks and Beats that came out of New York. That dum, 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 dum. The bottom beat, a lot of people don't know, was the bottom beat to Plug Tuning by De La Soul. So you got Plug Tuning, and you got the Ultimate Breaks and Beats layered together. So all he had was a kick and a snare, all done in the SP1200, bro. And it went double platinum, or it's a classic song, bro. So with less time, he created a classic song. Now today, here's a problem that I have with music. You have hours of sampling time if you want, and to me, in my opinion, I thought music got worse. And it should have gotten better.
Trying to do too much on shit when you don't have to.
Yes.
Trying to put a supercharger in your shit when it's
less,
just a V6.
Absolutely. With less, we got more creative, bro.
Yeah.
So
that's how it always, even when we were younger, shit. We had to jack off the porno magazines.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Or the JCPenney, the women's catalog.
Now I could choose who I want to jack off to. Like, all right, let me put it in the
JCPenney women's catalog.
Exactly.
Man, I feel like I've learned a lot here, man, and it's been very great to just have the chance to talk to you, and get this knowledge here, man.
And I think I caught contact though.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I like what it is, bro. It's been three. I've been smoking 3 backwoods here back to back. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, 3 woods. That's what I'm talking about. 3 business woods, and I'm 4 micheladas in, and I feel fucking great right now, and
that's good.
I've learned a lot, man, and fuck, man. I dropped the album 2 weeks ago. Sheiky hasn't rapped, and I feel motivated as fuck to just. I'm like, man, I was like, this shit. It's been a motivation. It's like talking to Gary Vee of West Coast hip hop shit, dog. This was he has that knowledge shit that other fools don't they can't give you. Anybody who's telling you some advice these days, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't know what the fuck started this shit. This man was here with people that you idolize, these days, and he's keeping it real, bro. How many people can fucking say, yo, you know what? I chose to keep it real and raise my family and, do this shit, even though I still got to live all these crazy shit.
Yeah, bro.
You seen all these fools that get idolized and shit, but you know the real them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, bro.
Not too many people can fucking say that, dog. Be Real before the pirate earrings, the afro, and all that shit. This fool's wearing a Packers jersey, dog. That's fucking young, Be Real, dog.
That picture,
that picture is young, fool.
I was whose jersey is that? I'm trying to think, who's number 30, dog?
Hey, that's the pictures that one crew, Veteranas and Rucas, be posting up. Remember it on Instagram?
Yeah.
You follow that page, dog? They be posting Be Real at the car shows and shit. And it's it's a fucking shaved head Be Real with all his homies, and this fool's wears some little thotties and shit.
He don't shave his head no more?
Yeah, he still does. Yeah, he does.
I'll tell you what, it was a dope experience having him there. As a matter of fact, on the same album, bro, rest in peace to her. on the same album through this lady, Violet Brown. I got to meet Tina Marie. I recorded a song with Mellow Man H and Tina Marie. I became good friends with Tina Marie for at least about a good year because I used to collect vintage keyboards. When she found out I had vintage keyboards, she would call me up. And all this whole time that I'm talking to her on the phone, I'm thinking, this is freaking Tina Marie.
Yeah.
She's the reason why I love white
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah, bro.
It's the reason you love.
Love.
I tell you what, man, it was an awesome experience with her. When she was singing, it was literally like a concert. There was times where I actually forgot to press record, because I was just listening to her. She was awesome, bro. Awesome to work with. True musician. I told her I had a 88 key Fender Rhodes piano. She told me to bring it because that thing is like from here to like over there, bro. So I took her to her house. She plugs it in and she starts. She's an amazing player. It's hard to find a woman today that does all.
Talent.
Yes, bro.
Now they just show their ass.
You just gotta have ass. That's it.
Yeah.
That's their talent.
That's
Yeah,
titties.
man. Hold on. I gotta applaud that, man. This is some real OG shit right there, man. She's seen fucking women that fucking know how to bring some shit up there, man. Like some real
something to
talent.
bring to the table, dog.
Something to bring to the fucking table, man.
Now all you gotta do is just make them cheeks clap.
Not even. You just gotta save 10 grand and go get some ass and tits, and
You look at Instagram.
you get 1,000 likes instantly.
Hey, you look at
Set some
Instagram
crack.
and you look at you look at some of these girls and you give them the Scarface. I can't even have a fucking little baby with her, man.
Look at you, so polluted down there, man.
Like, dude, that scene to me will always be epic because
It's the
he was
best
like,
scene.
I can't even have a fucking little baby. Like,
Have you
you know,
ever
that's
had
how
that?
angry he was.
Have you ever
dog.
been so drunk with a girl and did that though?
What?
Everyone's had that Scarface scene,
Everybody.
dog, when they're faded with the girl.
Oh,
Why do you think I don't have kids with you, man?
Like, this is why I never meet your parents, bitch. And I was like, I don't ever want this
I
shit,
must have
yo.
said that about 10 times.
5 pelicans.
Man, all right. Yo, so now, I mean, where can our fans and our people that are really, anybody that's watched this today, where can they get a hold of you and like see some of these, like, like where can they even, number one, where can they even find some of your music, or are these mixtapes still available these days?
Well, I'm glad you asked because we have a website called the Roadium Mixtape Documentary.com. It's kind of long, but it's simple. The Roadium Mixtape Documentary.com. That's our website, which in October, in about 2 weeks, all of our shirts, our store is going to be open. We're going to sell all of Roadium mixtape shirts, pictures of the mixtapes. Yeah, so we're going to have about 10 different shirts you could choose from, and you can actually order the mixtapes by download. All the original 1980s mixtapes originated by download, and they've been remastered. So you could download them to your phone, your computer, whatever.
Hell yeah.
The Roadium Mixtape Documentary.com, or I'm also on Instagram, Tony A. The Wizard. Tony A. The Wizard, you spell that with D-A. D as in Daniel, D-A. Tony A. The Wizard. Or you can go to my YouTube channel. It's Tony Vision. Just spell it regular, Tony Vision. You know me because I'm wearing a Stormtrooper helmet with no shirt. I'm a Star Wars nerd, bro. I love Star Wars.
Hell yeah, man.
Nope.
So my YouTube, my Instagram, and the Roadium Mixtape Documentary.com website. Next month, the store will be open, and eventually, all depending. The documentary will be out this year. Now, whether we pull that out, we release it independently, it'll be out this year. But if the Netflix thing comes through, then we don't have a date for it. But that's where you can get everything, bro. So,
Man, you heard it here, man. If you did not hear this, make sure you go ahead and watch the replay on YouTube and available on BeReal.tv. By the way, to give you guys a quick update, I do not think I think Afro Man flaked on the We Don't Smoke the Same
He got
show.
high, dog. He forgot.
He got I think he was gonna
I
come.
was gonna do We Don't
He-
Smoke the
he-
Same, but I got high.
Yep, that happened. I mean, I think that's exactly because I just got in contact with his manager. But you know what? Fuck that. That's cool, dog. It's been. I've learned a lot here, man. It's like
That was cool with me.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, we got school. We went to school today, dog.
The professor, dog.
Yep, and I'm gonna give you a round of applause, bro, because I don't ever think that I don't think that I could thank you enough for for coming over here and just giving us this. It's like having like sacred knowledge over here, man. Like I'm really curious to hear what that track is like. I want to set up that meeting, and
anytime, bro. I have it anytime. I'll come down, bro. But let me also say this to all you guys, bro. I just want to thank you guys for allowing me to be here and to share these stories because, you know what, not a lot of doors have actually been open for me. You know, we gotta understand that rap is a black industry. And like Frost said to me, he goes, we're a minority in this game. You know, so we have to make our voice louder than what it is because a lot of doors have not been open for me. They have not. You know, and even now, you know, you said, you know, you being a Chicano amongst a bunch of black artists.
Yep.
You know, one question that was presented to me several years ago, and they asked me, were you ever discriminated against, you know, DJing for High C, Quake, and all those guys? I would say a very small percentage. A lot of people said stuff like, you're not black, what are you doing here? What do you know about hip-hop? This is our music, etc. But the majority...
Damn, they said that to you?
Yeah, absolutely. But I'll be honest with you, I've always been one of the hotheads that I'm quick to swing, bro. Honestly, like, I don't give a shit, homie.
What do you know, Sheiky?
You know, if people step to me like that,
We're
I
a couple
look up.
hotheads too, dog.
You know, if people step up to me like that, I look up real quick, bro. So that kind of calmed down real fast. But the majority of everybody else showed me love. But back then, when I was real active on my turntables, they always wanted to test my DJ skills because I was Mexican. And I'll tell you what, I used to cut heads, bro, with some of the best of them. I'll tell you the only one that gave me my run for my money, bro, in 1992 was DJ Scratch when I first met DJ Scratch from New York, DJ for EPMD. I mean, he has some. I saw him scratch with his dick, homie.
Damn.
Okay? That's the truth.
Mandingo.
Right?
You know, and I said, okay, I'm not gonna do that.
He did Step Brothers too. He put his nuts on
Yo,
the drums.
C-Rock, did you hear that? Somebody scratched with their dick, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Your DJ name will be Seacock if you do that.
He said he was talking about this. He said somebody scratched with their dick on the fucking
DJ
your
Scratch.
turntables, dog. Challenge
They're nutting
accepted,
on
bro.
DJ Scratch.
Drop.
Much love to DJ Scratch, bro.
Hey, I can picture you know what? He's our resident DJ here, and the fact that we brought that up to him, I can picture him. He's like, like two days later, hitting me up in a DM like, "Hey, bro, I did it, dog." He's like, just find somebody to blur it out.
I just pulled my foreskin back and did it.
You know, but I had to let it dry up. But you know, hey, man, for real though. I want to thank you once again, dog. And believe me, I honestly think with the amount of knowledge that we've had here, I think you deserve your own smoke box, dog. And I'm going to talk to Be Real about this shit right here, man. Because, I mean, if you were around to the point where it's like, this is 1997, you're over here recording with Be Real, and you got to experience that, I really want to see that history be chopped up as a Latino to another Latino, because I've seen a lot of other artists come up in there. And don't get me wrong, they're all historic and iconic in their own way, but Latino to Latino, hearing that fucking story, that's some real shit. And I've learned a lot here today, dog. So
Thank you, brother.
I want to thank you, and everybody make sure you follow Tony the Wizard. So what is it again?
Tony A the Wizard on Instagram, Tony A the Wizard. You spell it with a D-A, Tony A the Wizard. And then the Roadium Mixtape, documentary.com. The store will be open next month. And then Tony Vision on YouTube. Tony Vision on YouTube.
Yeah.
So once again, man, I just want to thank you guys for allowing me to be here, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Thanks for coming out,
it's a
bro.
blessing, brother. It truly is.
Man, dude, it's we learned a lot, man. What any shout outs, any last thing, Sheiky? You start first.
Just shout out to everyone watching today. Be sure to follow me on Instagram if you're not doing so already at Sheiky. And be posted for new music from me and E-Zone.
Hell yeah,
I'm
you know,
waiting.
That's what we're going to do. What about you, Sidedick Eddie?
Shit, follow me Instagram, Sidedick Eddie, all one word put together. I need them followers.
You go. We're gonna do some kind of fucking giveaway. Trust, we stay active here. All right, so a big shout out to everybody. I've been watching you guys on a B-Roll TV Facebook Live. Shout out to everybody that has been tuning in. We got a closeout coming out by DJ C-Rock. It's a resident DJ, so he's gonna play. He goes everywhere. I want a yacht rock mix, C-Rock. If I'm gonna request, I want to hear that yacht rock shit. I don't know if have you ever done anything like that.
Some yacht rock, baby.
That's that Michael McDonald shit. You know what I mean?
What the
that
fuck
fucking.
are you talking about, bro?
Hey, he needs to know. If you do not know, you need to go ahead and get up on that.
Yeah, dog. You haven't bought no old white ladies yet, huh, dog?
No, he has not. I would have thought being from the OC. And this show is brought to you by our sponsor, Bzz Collective. Bzz. I've been fucking bizzing the whole fucking night, and I'm fucking pretty bzzed up right now.
I'm gonna get
and that's also a
later
big.
tonight.
That also has to do with the fact that we have our own bartending service here, and that is at Uplift Bartending.
Yeah.
They have been keeping the micheladas here. See, I like to cater to both of the audience here because I know if my people that come here as a guest, if they don't smoke, you probably drink. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yep, and I'm usually keeping a Hennessy drink. But this time I wanted to drink Modelo's just because, I wanted to drink micheladas and Modelo's just because I wanted to go ahead and slow it down and ask some questions and take it easy. So shout out to everybody that came out. Make sure you fucking follow _collective on IG and Uplift Bartending. And aside from that, shout out to everybody who's been buying my new album. That is Under Pressure, available on all music streaming platforms, iTunes, Tidal, fucking Spotify, YouTube, all that. Shout out to everybody who's been doing that. I might give you guys some new music just because you guys have been. I got the star next to the fucking iTunes shit, so people have their favorite songs now. You know,
I got a bunch of shit on my playlist.
I was like, damn. I was like, that's just some real shit, man. So Flavors by E-Zone and flavorsbyezone.com, and enjoy this closeout by DJ C Rock.
Hey.
Be real.
Yeah, we got to do some
TV.
pictures right now.